Ladies, gentlemen, and bass heads of the world, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Go ahead, let's start this thing off.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Let's do this. Fuck yeah, another Mountain Dew, goddammit. That's nothing but 3 Red Bulls and 3 Mountain Dews. Ready to get down, Judy Brown. You ready? I'm ready. Here we are, episode 7, Big Sound by Big Jeff Podcast. We keep doing it every week. I want to thank everybody for hitting us up again. Looks like we already got a bunch of people in here. Make sure you share this out. If you're watching it on Facebook, YouTube, help us out. Share. Like. We have some cool stuff coming on tonight. I know I said in the beginning it was about audio. We actually have shown that with competition, manufacturers, marketing, salesmen, technicians, and tonight we even have on a DJ who is, I call him my personal DJ because every Friday at work he makes that day just kind of go smoother, and that is DJ Mark V. And we have the guys from Audiopipe. When I say the guys, I've known these guys since I was little Jeff. Well, I don't think I was ever little Jeff, but when I was Jeff. And we have John Messer, Julio, and Frank on here. These are guys that pretty much run this thing. So we got a big night tonight. We're going to be announcing the 16K giveaway. Let's see what else. Which they just told me we hit 17.2 thousand subscribers on YouTube, which means we're doing another giveaway, which will be Sunday at 6 p.m. Man, we just don't stop. I said about 12 weeks ago, every 1,000 subscribers, I would keep doing giveaways, and they keep getting bigger. So that's going to be happening. Tonight, we're going to be announcing the winner. Can we pop that up, guys? The giveaway for this week was actually a Rockford 4-channel amp and 2 sets, not one, 2 sets of the Ground Zero towers. So, I mean, we're talking $1,000 easy, and we keep stepping it up. So, also, we got something new I just want to bring up real quick. Get Drunk Text by Big Jeff. Yep, exactly how you heard it. I'll text you in the middle of the night and just give something away free. To get in that, you need to text the word drunk to 737 Big Jeff. That's 737-244-5333. That there is going to be fun because even though you might not want it, but in the middle of the night, you might get a text and it's going to be a link for you to get something for free. So make sure you get on that. Let's see what else. We got the products tonight we're giving away. Oh my God, we have Full Tilt from Sean Mayo. We have a roll of 4-gauge OFC, that's copper, lime green 50-foot 4-gauge. We're giving out a roll of that. That ain't cheap. That's 100% copper, really good wire. And then we're giving out a roll of Full Tilt 12-gauge OFC speaker wire, which is pink and black mix. That is great to wire up any subwoofers, pretty much anything, power ground. Doesn't have to be speakers. And then we'll be announcing the giveaway. Let's do this. Let's get everybody on here, including my team, because I keep forgetting about them. Let's pull them all in. Bum. Here we are. J-Rod even made it too. J-Rod, you made it. And I got to interject. J-Rod, you're having a baby right now. That is a little bit hard to hear you. If you could fix the audio, that would be great. But what he said is that is correct. And he's here showing his love and support on the podcast. Go ahead. There you go. He'll come right back in. And then we have John Messer. Messer, you are the sales guy, which is Audiopipe and people don't really know this, Nippon America. You pretty much take care of the whole United States and then some.
That's correct.
Okay. And then we got Frank, who I was actually Frank is younger, obviously, than these fellas, but he is here, the operations manager running this. And we're talking about a relaunch with Audiopipe. Frank, you are the man there, right? So, like, you're the boss.
I wouldn't say I'm the boss. You know Gonzi a long time. I'd say he's still a top dog.
That's it. And then my man up there in the red, I'm digging the red and the black always. DJ Mark V out of Orlando. That is the DJ I'm constantly, nonstop, because this guy makes my day. He plays everything from, let's see, you play break beats, you play, pretty much everything week to week. You change it up. He's there on Facebook every Friday during the day from like 2 to 4 o'clock?
Yeah, around 2 to 4 Eastern time.
Yeah, depending on how it goes. And I'll tell you what, my whole team gets in on it. I get on it. It's an awesome time. And I'm so happy to have him here tonight. We talk about music. Most of these guys are in car audio, and not even that, it's about music. And that's what we're talking about tonight for sure. And then we got my team, Taylor Orr. He's actually our creative team lead. He's the manager at the shop. Taylor B is Mr. Amazon for me. He's security in here with the comments. We have Ben Jammin, who takes care of most of the video artwork. And Anthony, which you don't know, actually writes all these people, calls them, gets them up to date, plans it out. We book all this in about a month in advance. There's a lot of work that goes into it, blogs and everything. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to shove everybody back to the green room. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be coming back with DJ Mark V. I love it every time.
Wow.
Man. You are so much energy, man. It's crazy. I mean, I've never seen me. Yeah, no. We got more than that, man. I'm telling you. Even when we sent out the shirts to you, we sent them out, Team Big Jeff shirts. Yep, you got the hat on. This guy was in there dancing, doing it was just going nuts. Like you can't even pay for that, man. The energy is incredible.
Oh,
listen,
my God.
We're gonna be giving away some wire. I need everybody to comment. You only need to do it one time. You're gonna comment the word turntable. That's TURNTABLE. And then later, after we're done, we're going to have Mr. Mark V go ahead and announce the winner. So go ahead and comment turntable. That'll be for the OFC 4-gauge 50-foot roll on green. That ain't cheap. It's 100% copper. Listen, let me get into this. First thing.
Yes.
Man, we've only known each other, maybe a couple months at most. And
yeah.
I can tell you, I try to work with a lot of people. And a lot of times I feel like I'm pulling teeth. And it's like, I always tell people, if you get bigger, I get bigger. If I get bigger, you get bigger. And some people are so afraid to lose their people, but they don't realize that networking together, man, it does so. And I've proven it, because there's sometimes I've gone in on a Friday and I've just started lighting people up with the stars. And the next, all your people just dropping stars and giving you money. And you know what? I do it for that reason. It's like, people got to see it happen, right? It's like egging them on, like calling them out, and I even said one time, hey, I'm going to double whatever everybody does. Oh. And I did. And was just like, bam, bam, bam. But that's how we work together. He's always popping up, bigjeffaudio.com. He's giving shout outs. And Absolutely. You know what? I love it, man. So let me ask you this. How did you get started, like DJing, creating music?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no doubt. Great question. Hey, big shout out to everyone tuning in on the Facebook page. We're also simulcasting on the DJ
awesome.
page.
Awesome.
Yes. First and foremost, thank you to Big Jeff and the whole Big Jeff crew. Honored, blessed, and likewise to you, Big Jeff. I greatly appreciate you stopping by, chiming in, and saying hello. But yes, how did I get started off DJing? It actually started off with my father. He was in the military, in the Navy, and when he would go out on to Liberty, he would come back with some 8-tracks, with some records, cassettes. And there's like pictures of my dad putting the headphones on my ears, sitting me on top of the speaker on the old Sansui. I don't know if you guys know Sansui.
Man, hell yeah.
Old speaker bread. Yeah, sit me on the top of that. I would watch him just put the records. Of course, he wasn't mixing, but he would just play some disco 45s. And the rest is history. Throughout all the years, that was like the whole thing on the weekend, is where he would just play records for myself or for the family. And of course, when I started getting older and started to like resonate with the music, wanting to be part of that music is what drove me to acquiring more music, and then eventually mixing the music together. I was realizing, oh, this song is the same speed as this song. And I was like, why don't I can just put these together?
You know what's funny? I see
Mhm.
all the records in the back, and when you watch you, man, you know where everything is. That's the crazy part. It's like it's filed in your head. Yeah, because I've called out some stuff to hear, and you're like, I got you, and it's getting it in the mix, but you know right where to go. That's pretty crazy.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite? Where we go? Juan Rogue, he's a big supporter for us. What is your favorite genre of music? What is your
favorite genre of music? So as an umbrella, I would say I love electronic music, right? So anything made on the computer, even stuff like the new wave days in the 80s, that's still electronic music.
right?
But what I would have to say that is in my DNA is just Miami bass breakbeat music. Only it's the energy is what makes me gravitate towards that stuff. It's just that music is just it goes hand in hand, of course, with car audio. And then
Right, right.
I love
Well,
to
it's
talk
all
about
about beat,
linear.
right?
Yeah.
Bass, and I mean, the guys are using these as test tone tracks and everything else. I see to your left, that looks like a jail audio. Is that what it
Yes.
is? Look at that.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Is
the
that
reason
a,
why
yeah, go ahead, explain it. Yeah, Severn
so
Vega, jail audio.
yeah, so these are control records. Obviously, it's plastic, right? But in the DJ world, they can control the digital aspects of the music. So if you give me an MP3, right, and I go to put it on my software, I can manipulate it just like a record,
Wow.
right? So it's technically not a record. It's not really on this needle, but I can move it around like as if it was like a record.
Right.
So they made these control records to where you can it's basically a sticker. All it is. This is a huge sticker, and they put it on these plastic things, these little platters, and I can basically just move it around just like that, like as if it's a record.
And
But
and you could scratch and mix with it. Because I've seen people use the dials in the middle, the digital stuff, but I've never seen it like a record.
right. So there's this thing called phase that it's a digital. This is what makes it move around just like a record. So you just place that right on there, and it moves around just like a
Ah,
record. But it's
right,
through wireless. It's wirelessly.
right.
So again, if you gave me a song that you say, "Hey, I just made this mix, and I want you to play it," all I could do is just throw it in my computer, pull up the
Right, and
software.
make it look real, right? That's
Right.
awesome. So when did you get into streaming? Because obviously we know you DJ. When did the whole streaming thing come about?
Oh my gosh, Jeff. 2016 is when it all happened. This it's basically when when Facebook Live uh like basically started becoming more commercial. It wasn't for the businesses. I started streaming from my phone. So there's these old videos. If you go way back down on my page, I literally have my iPhone way up there. So, because if it was too close, all you can see is like from up here.
Right,
So I have it way up there next to the ceiling, and I hook up an audio cable to the mixer, and I was playing like hip hop, R&B, just to see, just to test the waters. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should just go into more like maybe underground stuff. And it all started from my phone, believe
right,
it or not.
right. And I've seen you done changes over time, like even the lighting in the back. All my guys noticed that right away. They're like, "Is
Yeah.
that real or is that is that an image?" I'm like, "No, I think it's real. It's not photoed in." So you've been building this thing more and more over time, right?
Oh gosh, Jeff, man, countless hours. It's just the perfectionist in me of just like I needed to make it look right. And if you see like my journey and like it'll take a while to go scroll down my page, you see the evolution of all the little fine tuning and like
Right.
little changes I made to my stream. And it came to the point where I was like, less is more because I
Right.
had all this crazy stuff.
Stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
And everybody can see at the bottom if you don't know how to get to him. Just look at the bottom there. He's on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud.
Oh, thank
I
you.
even see TikTok. Definitely show your love. Every Friday, obviously you could download stuff that everything's recorded, but every Friday he's live. You can comment in. He's already, and let me tell you, if he doesn't catch every comment, it's probably 99%, right? Because
Right.
he's constantly backing up, trying to get the people to thank him no matter what. And it's great, man, what you're doing, man.
Oh, thank you. You
We're
too.
giving away some wire. Now, I'm sure you know about wire. You got to have some speakers in there. You got to have like some, what they
Absolutely.
call them, studio or satellite or something to hear the music, right? So we're giving away some OFC power wire.
Nice.
That's it right there. We're gonna if everybody hasn't done it already, I need you to comment the word turntable. And then my people right now are about to start the giveaway.
It's giveaway time.
Man, another giveaway. We got another giveaway. Let's start the giveaways. Giveaway time. Man, I'm backing myself up. We do videos on Saturday. Mark, I work 7 days a week, man.
Oh my gosh.
It's nonstop, 18 hours only. Even last night we prepped for tonight, and tonight's the only reason why I'm home early is because of this. But Saturdays, me and Ben do videos, and we do the giveaways, we do the open boxes, we do all this different stuff. And it was just one of those days where I'm dead tired, right? So I got Red Bulls everywhere. It all kicked in at once, and then luckily the camera was on recording, right? Just playing around. I'm like, and I'm just and it's hilarious. But anyway, we're going to give the giveaway. My guys will pop up the name of the winner. If you want to announce it, that'd be awesome.
It would be my honor.
Yeah. Who's going to win this 4-gauge roll of OFC Power Wire? What do we got?
Michael Holsworth. Congratulations.
Awesome. That is awesome. All you need to do is contact 737-BIG Jeff. That's 737-233-244-5333. You can text, WhatsApp, call. You can chat in on our website and let my CSR team know, and we'll get you in. Mark, if you could stick around for a little bit, we're bringing on Audiopipe. Then I want to bring everybody back together.
Of course.
I know these guys are definitely going to love you too. And we're just going to do a quick video break. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you. Shouts to the Big Jeff and the whole team at Big Jeff Audio. There it is right there.
That guy is he's got more energy than me. It's great. Listen, we're going to start the new giveaway. If you guys want to comment now, the word Audiopipe. If you don't know how to spell it, I'm going to give it to you. It's right on J-Rod's shirt. It's AUDIO. That now we'll be giving away the speaker wire. I got Frank, J-Rod, and John here in the house from Audiopipe. I'm so excited. I want to call it relaunch because back in the day, Audiopipe was up there. I mean, it was in all the major cities. The eye candies were kicking. It was known. People still to this day, old school people know about Audiopipe, and a lot of the stuff is still the same. But it kind of just, I don't know. I want to say it fell apart, but it just wasn't much attention on it for a couple of years. And I think Frank now is saying, hey, let's get this going. They actually traveled out to come see me and took the time to say, hey, how do we remarket this? How do we get it back when they've already always had it? And that's the thing. They got so many new items right now that we even have at the shop. And I keep starting to do like videos with multiple items because there's that much that people don't even know about. And that's what we're talking about here. Frank, if you want to introduce yourself real quick, tell everybody what you do there. That would be great.
What's up, everybody? I'm Frank. I'm the director of operations at Audiopipe. I basically oversee a bunch of different departments, make sure things run smoothly. We laugh at J-Rod whenever he does something funny like that. But like you said, Jeff, we were top of the world a long time ago. Then, we started getting all these new items. We lost focus of the part of car audio that's fun. We started looking at all the accessories, how many models can we bring in? And we, looked at ourselves the other day. It's like, hey, let's focus on the stuff that's fun.
Right.
You mentioned the eye candies. That brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people.
Man. Yeah.
So, now we're, like you said, we're coming back. We're going to focus on the stuff that makes this fun.
I think what people don't understand, too, is that Audiopipe is from Nippon America, which is a huge company worldwide. And I'm sure Nippon does just millions of dollars. So it's like kind of Audiopipe just, kind of fell out. We lost car audio. It was COVID that brought it back. I mean, cardio was dying out. COVID brought it back, and then we weren't sure what's going to happen. And now this year, for me, we're doing numbers of COVID times. I mean, it's like I feel like it's back real, right? So this is the perfect time. J-Rod, I've known you for years. You can let everybody know who you are, what you do there. I mean, who are you?
I am the guy. Can you hear me first of all? Am I in there clear?
We can kind of hear you. Everybody, I'm popping up a picture, and while we're laughing, there's a story to it. Me and J-Rod actually, years ago, I worked for a distribution company. Back then, they were calling stocking reps, and I used to go to the shows with them. They were the manufacturer, we were the stocking rep, and we would go do the shows together. And one of them was Daytona, Spring Week Nationals. And back then, this is the show of all shows. They weren't kicking people out. It was made for car audio. And me and him kind of messed up the condo a little bit, had dirty dishes. There was no way to clean them. So we used Dawn. We left to go back to the show at the convention center, came back, and the place was covered in bubbles, which is hilarious because it was this bad. I mean, it was going actually out of the kitchen, down in the living room, out to the patio, and there was nothing we could do.
I mean, hey, there was no instructions there, just said
right.
There. So.
Right. We were younger too, right? This was like years ago, so we could get away with stuff like that. And then I got John here. John, give me an idea. Who are you? What do you do there? Why would people, I would say, not know you or know you?
We fly under the radar, Jeff. That's kind of what Audiopipe's always been. We've been kind of the company that we try to let our product do the talking for us. We don't come front and center, but if the product performs, we look good, and eventually we end up rising to the top because the product's desirable. And so that's what we're trying to get back to as well.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you deal with? I mean, I look at other manufacturers that have. Okay, one of our biggest ones obviously is DS18. Everybody knows that. They got a whole room of sales reps just for the U.S. They don't even worry about export. U.S. What do you control?
Well, I work with all of our distribution network in the U.S., and that's really what we try to concentrate on. Our distributors are pretty much our lifeline. Being a major exporter, when we started the company and we wanted to actually start doing more business into U.S., we wanted to kind of mimic the business model for our export, and that was basically working through distribution, and working through distribution who actually can help support the local retailers. We mimic that from the export market into the U.S. So basically, that's what I handle. I handle all of our U.S. distribution.
So that's what amazes me is that you got to have a lot of accounts. I mean, Audiopipe's still out there. I mean, I see it online all the time, different shops. So, I mean, how many people do you think you deal with in a month? How many different people?
Let me tell you what, I don't even keep track. My train of thought is that you go on to the next challenge. Not only do I handle the U.S., I also handle some of my favorite Caribbean accounts as far as territories, Trinidad, Barbados. Those kind of places actually help us in the U.S. market. Music trends, installation trends. The way pro audio is translated from being just pro audio.
Let me jump in. Who's best to answer this question? Well, they're asking Frank. Will Audiopipe be making a 2.5K? I don't know if million or what.
So I know right now we got the 3K, 5K, 8K. I don't know if we're going to be going into the 2.5K. I think J-Rod is a little better suited to answer that. He's
going to unmute you. Go ahead,
department.
J-Rod. We can hear you a little bit.
Can you?
Yeah, a little bit. Go ahead.
All right. 2.5K. That's a little weak, man. What's up? Come on.
All right.
All right. Come on, guys.
Well, you guys just put out a video, which we'll put the link out with the podcast, but they just did like a dyno on what, like an 8,000?
Correct.
Yeah, that was an AK.
And that was Korean or Brazilian? Because I know you guys are doing a lot of Brazilian amps also.
No, those are still made in China, but we're using our engineering. We're actually trying to take a little bit of Brazil, try to take the competitive edge that China brings to bring that price point, because at the end of the day, price is important.
100%. Everybody wants a Korean amp, but they don't want to pay the price. You know, we have a lot of Korean amps. Right away, they're bitching about the price. The reality is, you guys are not just slapping your name on somebody else's amp. I want to make that very clear. When they say they're engineering it, I have literally, when I was younger, been down what they used to call the dungeon, where they did take other product, pull it apart, look at it, but not one item from Audiopipe was just something else with their brand on it. It's always been redesigned, innovative. So are you guys still doing that? Are you still sticking to that model?
Which model was that?
So to answer the question, yes. So, you know, we look at what's going on in the market. We take a good look at what's popular, what are people asking for, and then we go back to our engineers. We have a bunch of in-house engineers. You know, we got one guy who's, you know, a mad scientist. You can give him anything, and you got to be careful what you ask him, because he'll start explaining to you the science of a sine wave in an amplifier. So you got to be real careful when you start talking.
And we missed out. You guys just, Frank, you actually did it. Guys, can you cue up that? I know I missed the first video. Can we cue that up right now? Frank, they just reached out because they're really launching out marine product right now. We have a ton of it. I'm blown away with the amount. The amps are killer. There's all different styles, types. The speakers look awesome. The pods. I mean, man, you guys don't realize how much product is out there right now with the Audiopipe name on it, and that's what we're planning to do. Go ahead and cue that video up we just did. That's awesome. There's a ton of marine product. I guess one of my questions was, John, what are some of the challenges in managing nationwide distribution? I mean, what do you guys feel over the years? I'm sure you've figured a lot out, but what is the hardest thing about that? Getting all this product, and not even nationwide, just worldwide, because you guys do so much outside the country, people don't realize. I mean, what is the hardest thing about that?
You know, it's funny. I would definitely say a challenge is trying to keep up with the amount of product we have and actually getting it placed properly. You know, during the pandemic, everything sold. We didn't have to do anything. And we actually, we became overwhelmed with just trying to handle the logistics of getting in product and basically trying to satisfy the demand that was out there. And then all of a sudden things come to a screeching halt. And we had to actually go back to the old days, back to pre-COVID, where we actually had to focus on each product and really getting it out there to try to, improve each one of our distribution. And, you know, one of the things that we were always good at was actually being in touch with the dealer, the consumer, getting ideas, getting critiqued, getting criticized about, the things that we did wrong and things we do right. So that's what we're really trying to get back to. We're trying to get back to really getting down to the ground level and hearing the consumers who are actually using the product.
Right. Here we go. Where did the name Audiopipe come from? John, you've been there forever. But Frank, I think family, you would know. Who has the answer for this one?
I think John was there since the beginning.
Right.
He was there at the inception. I think
was Gonzi the one who just said we're going to call it Audiopipe and that's it, or?
No, I think it was actually, to be quite honest, it was really, really stupid. Gonzi was coming up with some stupid ideas, and he said he came up with something like audio lead, and we looked at him like he was a complete buffoon. And I said, if I had a lead pipe, I would beat you over the head. And we came up with pipe and audio and pipe, as I was going to beat the shit out of him with such a stupid fucking name.
And I when we all met, first thing, get piped, right? Because just like the catchy phrase. I still think it would work. I remember back in the day, it was a pipe on everything, right? The grills, the speakers. I mean, it was just even which I hated. I ain't gonna lie. The high to low adapters were shaped in a pipe, right?
Oh my God.
It was just everything was pipe, but it's caught on for sure. Hey, we're gonna man, it's just great to talk to everybody. Really, we're gonna go ahead and give away some of this full tilt wire. We'll let one of you all call it out. If you haven't done it, please comment the word Audiopipe. We're gonna give that away, and then we're gonna go to a video break, and then we're gonna bring everybody back on. So you guys want to get together for the giveaway? Let's get that going. Comment the word Audiopipe. We're giving away 12 gauge OFC 100-foot spool of full tilt speaker wire, pink and black.
Why I'm having this? Man, we're about to make it rain in this mother.
It's giveaway time.
So that was, I got to explain it because it's crazy.
I love those outtakes, man. Those are great.
I made Big Jeff umbrellas. We went to Made of Steel. Okay. And it was the first big show where I took the whole 20 employees. I mean, we showed up like we owned it. Okay. And the skies opened up like it was Hurricane Gloria, man. And we luckily just got almost everything in the U-Haul, but and I'm thinking what I wouldn't have gave for a friggin' umbrella. So right away, I get on the horn. I'm like, we got to get an umbrella made. We get a nice one too. Wood tip, red and black, got the logo on two sides. And I was fooling around with it because it's a nice umbrella, but that's the story behind it. But anyway, can we bring up the winner? Let me do my little voice. The winner of the full tilt 12 gauge OFC speaker wire 100 pink and black goes to, and I'll let Frank, you announce the winner. Who's the winner?
It's got Tri-State Jeeps. Let's go, man.
Okay.
Congratulations.
I'm hoping it's a business, which means you might want more wire. Hit us up. We got plenty of the full tilt. We got plenty of the Audiopipe. I'll tell you what, I should have brought that up earlier. Man, there's so much marine wire, tinned copper, every color possible, every size possible. I mean, we have a whole rack of just wire from Audiopipe now. And then you got the primary wire, you got the power wire, the speaker wire. It's wire. It should be called audio wire instead of Audiopipe, but that's what it is. That's the one to contact us at 737 Big Jeff. My customer service team will take care of you. We'll get you out some swag too. Let's do a little video break. We'll bring everybody back in. I'm Big Jeff, Big Sound Podcast. Had that go on and on forever. There is so much, not as much videos, but there's so much pictures. I don't think everybody realizes how long Audiopipe's been around, and especially back in the day, how popular it was. Dude, there was just car after car. Now you see Sundown and Def Bounce and all those brands. But back then, man, you had the big brands like Kicker and Rockford always, but Audiopipe was the everyday one. It was the Dope Boy line for sure because of all the color stuff. But it was the everyday guy that just beat the living piss out of it, and it just kept going. So anyway, we're all back here. We're going to do what we call, I want to show you up. I usually say it's Car Audio 101, but it's just going to be Sound 101. DJ Mark V, are you ready? Ready? You don't know these questions. I'm popping them off.
Bring them on. Bring them on.
Digital or vinyl?
Oh, my God.
I knew this was going to be a good one. Yes.
Can I only answer one answer?
Yeah.
Or can I do two answers?
Well, no, I think you have to explain this one. Okay. That's why I'm just giving you one. We got enough time.
At a gig, digital, but on a stream, vinyl.
Okay, explain that.
So at a gig, they got the digital, all I got to do is bring a USB flash drive and that's it.
That's it, right? That's it. Easy
peasy.
But when you're there at home base, it's going to be vinyl.
Oh, yeah. I got to feel, I got to touch it. I got to scratch it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right. I don't know to throw this at Frank or John. Okay, Frank, what is the difference between a crossover and a DSP? How would you explain the difference?
Oh, crossover and a DSP. So DSP, you got a whole mess of stuff built in and into one little box. You're going to control any aspect of the sound in this little digital box. Now, your average person isn't going to be able to just open that box and play with that DSP, you know, go into the crossover section of the DSP, play around with it. You know, you got to know what you're doing.
Right. You got
you know,
EQ settings, octaves, just
you look at it for the first time. I'm going to be honest. The first time I ever looked at a DSP, I was overwhelmed. I was like, I don't know what half of this stuff is. I had to play with it for a long time. You know, it really took me to one of the first times we were at a show with our DSP display that I was able to play around with it and kind of learn with J-Rod.
Right. I think the Bluetooth makes it a lot easier on a phone than going through that stupid dial and having to go level by level, and then you screw up. It's just the worst. So definitely crossover and DSP. If you have multiple amps and you want to have each amp on like a tweeter, a mid bass, a mid range, a driver, all separate, you're not going to do that with a crossover. You do it with DSP, and you can set each channel exactly how you want it. Okay, John, this was J-Rod, but since how you jumped ship on us, I think he's having the baby. Wait, can you use a LOC for a crossover or as an EQ? Joshua, can we get him? Well, I would say just for as a crossover, not as an EQ, but maybe I'm not understanding. Joshua, if you want to message or comment back in what you mean on an LOC, what we're comparing it to, so I don't sound stupid and nobody else does. But John, here's J-Rod's question. Does a triple stack magnet make more bass than a regular single stack?
Well, it's a whole lot more complicated than that. As far as the triple stack versus single stack, it comes down to power handling. But at the same time, I think where the big sound comes from is the excursion. You know, so the excursion is where it's at. So it all works in tandem. You know, the single stack, you can only handle so much power. So that triple stack is still going to give you a lot more power handling, as long as you have the excursion to go along with it.
Right. So you still got to play in the voice coil, the cone, the whole movement, but
absolutely.
But generally it's going to handle more power. More power means more output, and more output means potentially more bass. Mark V, I don't know if everybody knows, but all of us using all these loudspeakers and DJ speakers, this all came from DJing and clubs and everything. Mm-hmm. Car audio years ago was coaxials and components. And then even when I got out of it for a little bit, when I came back, everybody's about how loud you can get with drivers and loudspeakers. And I'm like, what happened to the industry? And I was only gone 10 years. But this all stems from DJ boxes, which Audiopipe does a lot of. A DJ box is basically a full range loudspeaker that plays a full range of sound. And then these big giant horns. Why? Because you're trying to fill, like you said, if you're at an event, you want to fill the whole place up. Yeah. So that's really cool. So we are at the point of the 16K, the 16K giveaway. So this is actually two pairs of Ground Zero wakeboard. We'll just call them towers, right? And then I believe they have RGB in them, so they light up. And then we're giving away with that a 4-channel Rockford. This amp is a marine grade Rockford amp. It'll power those up, no problem. Definitely between the both, well over $1,000. What we do, guys, we didn't know, every Sunday at 6 p.m. we kick off a video. The video basically says, we say how many subscribers we have. We kind of talk about what's going on, and then we say, hey, this is what we're giving away. You need to comment, you need to text us, and you need to share it. And we have been gaining on an average 1,000 subscribers a week since we started. It's incredible. So obviously Big Jeff's been around 5 years, but I didn't really explode till just when we moved to the new location right before the beginning of this year. I had a YouTube, but it was only a few videos. maybe 1,000 subscribers. We had a Facebook, maybe 20 or 30,000 people following, and that was over 5 years. And then all of a sudden, man, it just exploded. So we've been doing that. And I said, every 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm doing another giveaway. Well, I put my foot in my mouth because I haven't stopped giving away every week for over 12 weeks. And already we're over 17, which means I already got a plan to do another one. So this giveaway, it's giveaway time for the 16K YouTube giveaway. And we've already picked a winner. Guys, you want to bring this up? And I'll go ahead and announce this one. The winner is, I'm not saying that, Joalciai, Joalciai, 23. He's from Martin, or excuse me, I'm not sure if that's Martin A. Maybe his name is Martin A., but it's Tuscan, Arizona. I hope I win because I bought a 2-seater Can-Am. These speakers will make the adventure more lively. So I love more about giving away to people that actually need the product. True story, a few weeks ago, guy, and we don't pick by the comment. We just like to see why they want it. We still do a random picker. Mm-hmm. The guy's comment was, I don't want this for me. My best friend has had 3 kids, no money, and he can't afford a system for the last 5 years. And no lie, when we contacted him, he had us send, and it was a full, I think it was a Black Diamond, full 6-inch times 4 channel, 212s, 2,000 watt amp, the whole setup. He had us send it to a different address. Well, the friend was real, and he sent us pictures and a whole comment and everything. It was real. He actually won it, had us send it directly to his best friend. So I love stuff like this. This guy here, we clicked on his YouTube. He's got a bunch of Korean rappers, as a playlist. And I've never heard this before. I'm probably too late for my guys to bring it up right now. But, man, some of the stuff was really cool. They were from Korea, gold teeth, they were thugging out, holding guns, but the rap was bam, bam, it's oh yeah. So happy to hear he's got a side-by-side. This is going to go to somebody good. Just a few announcements, and we're actually ahead of time. It's 8:12. We've had about 60 to 80 people in here at a time, which has been great. Most of the time there's a lot of podcasts going on at this time. They usually watch this after the fact or the next day. Oh, bring that comment back up. What was that? Big Jeff quad box is doing too much. I was going to try to use the line output converter, a nice one. I just went. Okay, so hold on. I will answer this. Line out. Now I understand when you're talking about the lock. You're talking about the kicker LOC. Gotcha. Okay. High to low converter, totally different than the DSP. Let me get into this. And also depending on your vehicle. If you're using a vehicle that has a high output radio, like if I was doing something in my BMW, I can't just use a normal high to low adapter. It needs to be a high voltage, 80 watts or higher, or it's not going to work right. So you do still need a high to low adapter, but the DSP will control the amplifiers. If you're going to use the K-Lock from Kicker, all for it. Or like in my own BMW, I use a audio control piece, the LC7i. That gives me high to low in, a crossover, and also a bass knob. But then you can put on top of that, Audiopipe has, it's called the Clean Suite. Am I correct? Frank, the DSP from Audiopipe?
Well, we call it.
Yeah, we call it the DSP Clean.
There you go.
So we got one with and one without the app.
Perfect. So you can go on our site, grab that, and you need to use them in conjunction. You have to get the signal from high to low. And with newer cars, you can't just cut the RCAs and do it. It's a high wattage, sometimes over 100 watts coming out of these radios because there's an amplifier in the car. So if that's what you're asking about, I hope I explained it. Combination of a high-low adapter, definitely bypass a crossover, go right to a DSP. Like Frank said, pain in the ass to tune, but when it's done, it is so worth it, especially if you have multiple amplifiers. Okay, next Thursday, the 29th, 7:30, we have Derek Haddock from Sundown, unofficial coming. He should be doing a dyno on one of our Black Diamond amps, hopefully by then. And then we also have actual Matthew Palumbo from Audio Control coming on. This has been a great night. I got my man, DJ Mark V. Everybody, if you're following me, you need to follow him. Hit him up. Show him some love. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Check him out. Just show that love, man. That's what it's all about. I got who I really just met for real this year, Frank. Frank is actually in the family of Audiopipe. He's running that place, which is awesome. I really feel like he has the right direction and he has the heart in it. And that's what it needs, like it did years ago. Because years ago, I think all of us had a different type of heart in this industry. It wasn't just about the money back then, which is weird to say. Now it is just margin and everything else. But Frank's got the right heart. John, I've known forever. He'd see me through good times, bad times, and even better times. I'm proud that we're back doing business again. We're going to do our part to bring the Audiopipe name nationwide, and that's what we're going to do. We got a few things. We've been doing a young women's breast cancer awareness on our YouTubes. You guys got a shot of that? Okay, so on all our YouTube videos, look at that cute guy right there, DJ Mark V. Well, anyway, to the right, under the comment section, there's a spot right there. It says donate now. We've actually already collected, I believe it's $155. That doesn't go to us. That goes directly to the Young Women's Breast Cancer Awareness. We did this in conjunction. If you guys can take it off the screen, we're making the Yukon hair tricks for $1. And the $1, whatever people want to, I've had people like, why would you charge $1 to demo? It's going to the breast cancer awareness. You have the $1, you don't, I don't care. I'll put it in. It's something that's near to heart for me. And I would definitely support. Any of y'all can, make sure you donate there. Another thing I want to talk about real quick, make sure you like and share this. We started this podcast 7 episodes ago, and we kind of did it for the wrong reason. But it turned out to be the right reason. I have met and got to talk to some really cool people in the industry, and we're going to continue to do it every week. If you want to be on the podcast, email us at podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. If you want somebody on the podcast, email podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. The next round of people were people you actually asked for me to go reach out to and get. So we listen. John, Frank, DJ Mark V, I'd love to have you guys on in a couple months.
Likewise.
Thank you, Jeff. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Jeff.
I appreciate y'all taking your time. I'm sure everybody else did. We actually had a good count in here. We had a ton of comments, man. This was great. I love you guys. You guys enjoy your night. Listen, like, share, follow, Audiopipe, DJ Mark V, bigjeffaudio.com. Man, I'm going to keep doing every week. I thank you to my team. I'm going to see you all next Thursday. Actually, this Sunday at 6 p.m. for the 17K giveaway. I'm not going to tell you what I'm giving away, but it's going to be something big. Maybe something Audiopipe big. All right. Maybe we'll do that. And maybe we even I can get DJ Mark V to do a little insert with me on it if I can get him available this Saturday.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. And we'll see you then. And if not, next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm Big Jeff signing off. I love you guys. Thank you for coming around.
Thanks, Jeff.
Big Jeff Audio.
He made this.
Je ne sais quoi.
Big Jeff Audio.
Je ne sais